Hello, everybody. We will be starting in a moment. Can you help me out here, sir?
I ended up getting another cup.
Or
Well, because that's going to fizz for a while and we're live.
oh,
What do you want to do?
Turn it more towards your side. Keep keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Great.
You want to back it up?
Beautiful. Sure, back it up. Let's go crazy. Beautiful. Wondrous.
Is it straight or is it crooked?
No, we're fine. You know what you can do? No. Leave it.
Are we live?
We're fine. We are fine.
Like David goes to the dentist.
Man, I haven't thought of that kid in a while.
I think about him every day because when I drive to work, that's how I feel.
All right, let me tweet this out.
Oh man, it's 3:17. We're late. We're late.
Well, we went live at 3:16, which is also late, but close.
Where have I been? Nico Darunia. Oh, look at that. Oh man, that cat's going crazy. Oh, I love this yogurt. I've been here. Where have you been?
All right, we're gonna start.
Good evening.
3, 2, 1.
Go Nintendo podcast webisode. fill in the blank. The fill in the blank podcast.
Go Nintendo podcast webisode
Oh, what, you
741. Cheated. I did. The Oricorio podcast. I sure did cheat. Oricorio, let me tell you about it. Oricorio.
Tell me about the podcast. No, the Pokemon.
The dancing Pokemon, an electric and flying type. It creates electricity by rubbing its pom-poms together. Then it dances as it approaches its opponent before attacking. When it drinks different special nectars found only in Alola, it can change its type.
Alola. Is that
There you
a
go.
region?
That is a region. Very good, Nicky.
What region is that?
The Alola region. What do you mean? That's what it is. The Alola region is the Alola region.
I like a nice pasta with some Alola.
I like when ladies got them big Alolas.
Whoa.
Aliolias.
Whoa, rub those pom-poms together.
Hi, Rob and Doom Eternal. Oh, man, Doom Eternal, I got to tell you something, and I'll tell you it live on the podcast.
Where do you see these names?
In the Discord. What do you mean?
How do you see the list of names?
I don't. I'm just going through who's in the chat now. And Autumnal Blake and Nate or Die.
Doom Eternal? Did you say that?
I did, yes. And Roth and Nico Darunia and Super Shauno 64.
Sergio LB64. Ooh, this is your season.
And BagelNet, of course, with the best bagel gifts on the internet. I'd say, without a doubt, the best bagel gifts on the internet. He's
Is BagelNet the one creating those gifts?
I don't know. Hello, Shillelagh. I also don't know if he is creating them or if he's just sharing them, finding them on the internet and sharing them. He says all original content. There you go.
Did you, Sergio?
Hi, Dre Gamer. Hi, Slacker Monkey.
We're smack dab in the middle of the Dumpkin Spice season.
We are. Doom Eternal says, I may be new on chat, but I've been a loyal listener for 6 years. Wow, I've been doing this podcast for 6 years too. More than that, but at least 6.
My hearing for 6 years. This is still fizzing. Do I drink it now? Let
me see
it's dissolved.
No, you're good. Oh, yeah. You're good. I should have Nicky Hill has a sour tummy, and he is enjoying the magic of Alka-Seltzer. Well, I want to get into that.
All in one shot because I could do.
No. I do want to get into the magic of Alka-Seltzer, but we have something else to do first, and I think I don't know what's going on.
Hi, Minch.
Kirby is coming, as far as we know. Yeah, I guess Nicky Hill, you're on soundboard duty until then.
Hi, how are you?
This episode of the Go Nintendo podcast is sponsored by Super Lo-Fi World. Super Lo-Fi World is a laid-back tribute to the video game music of the 1990s. Zelda, Sonic, Donkey Kong, and Pokemon. Super Lo-Fi World captures the sound of the 90s era gaming in a chill new way. Lo-fi beats to play while you're gaming, studying, or just kicking back. Helen collaborated with DJ Cutman to produce Super Lo-Fi World featuring Cutman.
Cut.
Yeah,
like Mega Man.
Very good. Featuring lo-fi remixes of
Mega?
legendary game composers like Koji Kondo, David Wise, and Yasunori
I am impressed.
Mitsuda. You can check out Super Lo-Fi World on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Amazon Music, and Google Play. Again, we don't get any money for it if you click the banner on the site, but the banner on the site is a very handy-dandy, smart URL that will take you directly to all of those options, and then you can stream it from the service of your choice. Thanks to DJ Cutman for working with us on this sponsorship. Super Lo-Fi World. I've been listening to it this week while I'm working.
Like Mega Man and Cutman?
Mega Man and Cutman. Yeah, I guess I should be saying Cutman. Although his, like in Mega Man, it is Cut Space Man. His name on Twitter and in general is DJ Cutman, Cutman, no space. So technically it's Cutman. Yeah, Nikki Hill has a sour. I just closed my beard in my water bottle. Nikki Hill has a sour tummy, so he's drinking Alka-Seltzer, which is the most magical medicine in the entire world. You got a problem?
Who said that?
Who's
somebody asking you? You're just...
Oh, PC is here. Yeah, I forgot.
Somebody asked about my sour tummy?
Well, you were drinking Alka-Seltzer, and we were discussing it.
Nobody asked, right?
I asked. You didn't answer. I was going to say I should have told you. Like, if I'm going to have Alka-Seltzer, I fill the cup like a quarter of the way. You did like a half.
Well, I already had a full cup of water that was sitting out. I don't really like cold water.
Disney's Bolt is in the chat, and he says, depressed? Have an Alka-Seltzer. Disney's Bolt! Hi, Cooter. And hi. See, this is why. All right, so let me say this right off the bat. Mom Brain is not here. If you're listening only for music trivia, you might as well go because it's not happening this week.
Say that?
No, but I know people like music trivia, as do I. But also, hello, Super Blaster X.
Terminal Blake, I'll let you know.
Hello, Super Blast X. She stole her.
I'll let you know how that works out later.
She stole her laptop. I mean, it's hers. She can do what she wants. But she took her laptop, and I didn't know she took it. So I'm on my phone doing the Discord and the the news. And she has a Kindle Fire somewhere, but she doesn't know where it is. So that would have been really helpful. But it is what it is. Doom Eternal. I said no. I know last week's music section was not good. Doom Eternal. Yes, I said I had a story for you. I was recording a video about Doom Eternal, and it was very hard for me to not say it as your name and laugh while I was doing it. Hi, Curb. Oh, my God.
What? Hello.
It's Salad Fingers himself. Man, that'd be great for typing. Just like sit back in your chair. I don't think it's going to work. You need the
sausage fingers.
Yeah, you need little sausages at the end of the gloves.
Wait, where's Doomy Turtle?
Do meet Turtle. Yeah, that's the whole point of it.
This is a new name only because of Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
Well, now we need a new listener named Doomy Turtle.
So when I was trying to record that video, I was having trouble making it through it because I was laughing while I was doing it, and I had to record it multiple times because of that. So thanks, Doom Eternal. Super Shauna 64 in the chat says Rusty Spoons, which is Salad Finger's favorite. What is that guy's name? David Firth. He does
the guy who created
Salad Fingers. Yeah, if you haven't seen Salad Fingers, get your parents' approval first because it's some weird stuff. It's not like sexual or anything, but it is some weird stuff.
If you ask your parents for permission to watch it, you'll probably get grounded.
The people in the chat are saying the podcast is too spooky for them right now because of your long fingers.
Too spoopy.
Too spoopy for you.
Too spoopy for you.
I like that your thumbs are just like shooting off.
Well, Nikki Hill, you're on.
You ruined the illusion for everybody.
Nikki Hill, you're on soundboard duty because
there's no thumbs. They're all
Kirby can't do it.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna take them off eventually.
That doesn't really have anything to do with long fingers.
Why did you think it did?
I don't think we have any sound clips.
Trying to
Reference
think
long
anything
fingers.
finger related.
What's wrong with you?
There we go.
Yeah, I don't think. PC asks, RPC asks, we were talking about Alka-Seltzer. She says, will Alka-Seltzer fix Kirby's fingers? No, that is one thing Alka-Seltzer cannot do.
No, it's good for headaches though.
It is good
as
for
you showed
headaches.
me.
It's great for headaches. I say take it. This is not sponsored by Alka-Seltzer.
Did you?
Well, like, Kayla, that's a great gift. You take it, and I swear, 20 minutes later, you feel a difference.
Are you feeling all right?
Yeah, why?
Why the long fingers?
What's wrong with you?
Did you? I don't know. Did you close your hands in the car door?
Oh,
Roll over them with a steamroller?
What do you mean? My hands have always looked like this.
Oh,
It's a birth defect, and I'm very sensitive about it.
I told you not to bring it up during the show.
oh.
All right.
I've got salad fingers condition. Okay.
PC, you're right, because Alka-Seltzer, as Alka-Seltzer, as I said, fixes everything. You guys know. Oh, I can't see how. Okay.
Oh boy.
No, we're good. I just couldn't see how long the show's been going.
Don't scare me
I
now.
like to open up the show with stuff that's not related to the show, so we've done that. Also,
Hurry up already.
I wanted to talk about something, but I don't know. Neither of you have seen The Watchmen, correct?
the show. No.
Yeah.
It's
wow.
it's HBO, right?
It is HBO. Yes.
Oh, that's
Hello,
why
course.
I haven't seen it.
I'll have to give you my HBO account. You can steal that. And watch what you
Ooh.
want. I hear Succession is a really good show too.
With Brian Cox,
I don't know who's
Is
in
that
it,
the one with Brian Cox?
or is that with?
but I hear it's really good. Watchmen.
You know what I'm really excited for? Actually, I had no idea about anything about it.
on HBO.
I just saw a trailer.
His
for
Dark Materials.
No.
Looks
the,
good.
The Outsider.
I don't know anything
It's
about
got
it either.
Jason Bateman. It's based off of Stephen King's novel. And
Thank you, Roth.
yeah, I saw a trailer for it. It's got Jason Bateman and that other guy
Basin Jateman.
that was in that was in Bloodline. He was also in that the Captain Marvel.
But
he
was
was
he
a-
in
he
the
was,
show where he got the newspaper early a day?
Early edition.
I enjoyed that
How
show.
do you remember that show?
That
I
show?
just remember seeing the commercials for that show. I don't know what I was watching on CBS or if my parents were watching something on CBS, but I'd see that commercial and I'm like, this looks pretty bad.
That show was ahead of its time.
Yeah, literally it was.
Wow.
Oh, Giant Reggie.
Always a day ahead of its time.
But that guy was in.
Yeah, he was in Bloodline. He
Bloodline.
was also. That's not the guy I'm talking about. The guy that's his brother. He was the one that's in.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Oh wait a second, he's been in a Star Wars movie and in a Captain Marvel.
Oh,
movie.
he's Australian, right, or something?
Oh, Ben.
What?
Is his name?
Yeah,
Ben?
Ben
Kingsley,
No.
Shapiro.
Why does my phone keep doing this?
Uncle,
Ben.
Ben Uncle, Ben, Uncle Ben.
Oh.
Anyway, Watchmen. I really want to talk to you guys about it because I really, 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 really liked it, but it's definitely doing its own thing. Like it has characters from the Watchmen universe, but
You
it's
mean
like
not good at all?
doing its own thing.
You
Well,
see the masks that you can get, like the Rorschach mask.
I have not. Ooh, I want one of
And
those.
you like, maybe it's completely fake, and it was just like a digitally created ad. But like as you breathe, it's like the heat.
Yeah,
sensor.
yeah.
So as you breathe, it changes.
What?
Yeah.
How much does that cost?
Whoa.
I didn't see.
I always thought Rorschach had like one of the coolest masks.
Yes,
ever.
I really like that. So in the show, everybody there's like a whole bunch of Rorschach masks
Yeah.
that a whole bunch of people wear, but the people that wear them are racist. So
Makes sense.
Oh, so it's like the Klan.
I think they're called the 7th Cavalry. But anyway, yeah, the show's really good. But as you were saying, the critic, you said so it's bad as a joke. The critics say it's very good,
Mhm.
but the viewer score is like 50%, I think.
Really?
And I think it's
50
because it's Watchmen fans who are watching and being like, this has nothing to do with like, they were expecting a straight-on adaptation of the graphic novel, but it is clearly
They
not
did
that.
that already, though.
That's what I
Like
thought.
10
Yeah,
years
it's like
ago.
I thought it was nice that they were
Why would you want to
staying in the universe and doing something new instead of like getting another adaptation of the movie, which yes, didn't have all aspects of the graphic novel, but still was an adaptation of the graphic novel. So I liked that they're doing something different. But
You know what? My theory
good.
is. I'm pretty sure Alan Moore decided to review bomb the show.
What do you mean? I've heard he's a wonderful, happy man all the time.
Well, that's what
I love Alan Moore. I think he's like a genius, but he is like
A grump?
infamously cranky.
Yes. Yeah.
I thought, just by looking at the trailer, I thought it was kind of like a cross between V for Vendetta or something. And
I haven't seen that. So
well, it's just the concept, right? It's like rebellion or like
yes. Yes, it's very much.
standing up against the man or whatever. But that's not what you're saying. You're saying these are racist, so they're like.
Well, I
These are the
mean,
ones
the
starting-
guys that are dressed like
causing the
Rorschach
troubles.
are causing the trouble, yes, but then there's another side that is standing up for not racism, which I guess is a crazy thing to say nowadays. But yes, I need you to see it. It's really good. There's only one episode so far.
He needs us to see it. He needs us.
I value your opinions.
Okay.
He needs us.
I fight for my friends.
I was waiting to see what one you
Man.
were going for.
Yeah, me too.
I get
You
get
two
anxious.
can do the soundboard
I
together.
get nervous when I gotta do a good one.
What's wrong with you?
That's one of our most used clips, and I love it.
I love
It's
the
such a
Reggie
good
one
idea.
so much.
All right, let's do some Nintendo news.
Meow.
I don't know if we're talking
How
about
about that?
Sonic this week.
Was that
Aw.
last week's news? That rumor, or is that real?
Oh.
Of the redesign?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was last week.
Was it real?
Don't know yet.
Is it
Well,
like-
here, the voice actor for Sonic in Latin America said that there is a new trailer coming soon, and I believe he said, or I believe they're
And I believe
Guessing.
he said,
Meow.
I
what
believe
is meow in?
I was going to
in
ask
Latin
that.
America?
Yeah,
I
you
was
know what they're
gonna
gonna
ask
do?
that.
They're gonna redesign Sonic so that he looks more like a cat.
Yes.
So then in that scene,
Makes more sense.
James Marsden actually like thinks he's a cat.
I mean, movie executives are probably like, well, what do people on the internet like? They really like cats, so let's make Sonic
Yeah.
more
Why-
cat-like.
Maybe they
We'll
could
have him
have
play a
made.
keyboard and everything.
Maybe
The kids
they,
will love it.
maybe they could have made Sonic like into a shapeshifter, and he switches between Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails. Because Tails, I could believe, could be
Now, hold on.
confused as a cat.
The movie's not out yet, so that could happen. Oh my god, I could just imagine sitting in the theater with like other Sonic fans and like seeing that scene play out, and I picture people like physically getting ill and
PC said it's confirmed Sonic will be in the new Cats movie. I think that would be an improvement to what I've seen in the Cats movie. The old Sonic model in the new Cats movie.
can we go see that movie in the theater when it
Sorry,
comes out?
Did somebody
Cats?
say?
No, I'm too scared. That's like the real.
We're gonna
horror
make
movie.
Crazy Colonel draw another cats related picture for
Oh,
the podcast.
no.
Sorry. So this is just going out for the Discord. Does anybody know what cats say in Latin America?
Is this a joke?
Well, I just want to know how they sound.
It's true because like when I see other countries talking about cats and making cat sounds, they do it differently from what we do. They don't do meow,
Yeah, well, I
and
know
they
in-
also write it differently. Obviously,
in Europe they say Mew Mew, right?
there you go.
Or something.
Mew Mew.
Something
Oh.
weird.
Doom Eternal.
Something
says
foreign.
Meow.
Hi, Ridley Saria. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Axel. Thanks for joining us live, Axel. I appreciate it. All right, let's do some Nintendo news. This week we saw the launch of, or I guess last week technically, we saw the launch of Asphalt 9 Legends on the Switch. The Asphalt series is a racing series that has been put out by Gameloft on mobile devices
Kiss
for
my
quite some quite some time. Language.
So then I said, "Kiss my asphalt."
And has been very popular. Well, that popularity has continued on the Switch. So the game came out, and a week.
Sorry, I don't know what that was.
That sounded like you chewed, like
It
you
sounded
just
like-
chewed on a
It
candy.
sounded like a bone broke.
You're right.
Asphalt 9 Legends came out on the Switch, and in 7 days it managed to move
Thank you.
1 million units. Now the game is free. So obviously, getting 1 million downloads is a lot easier when you have a free game. But still, 1 million downloads is 1 million downloads. That's pretty damn
A million's
big.
not even impressive. anymore.
Wow, I am impressed.
No, I'm
Well,
not impressed. Woody.
Fake Woody.
Buddy
Buddy
and Woods.
Buddy and Woods. Fake Woods.
Is that his name?
That's what I said on a podcast once because I'm an idiot.
Oh,
I
I
was
thought
gonna
just
say-
because it's
I
not.
was going to say it
actually-
wrong again. I was going to say Woody and Buzz, and I said Buddy and Woods.
Can we name him something other than Woody since it's
Roman
clearly not
numerals.
Woody?
What? Yeah, he needs a different name. I forget. Do you remember the actor's name?
Twiggy or something? Or
Because
because it's still
Tim Hanks.
Wood.
It's Tim Hanks.
yeah, it's Tom
No,
Hanks' brother,
But like, so yeah,
Frank Hanks.
you know, like a Dolan. You know, like
Frank
Dolan,
Hanks. Huh?
Dolan and Gooby. This isn't Woody.
Okay.
This is
Wardy.
yeah.
I like Buddy.
Warmy?
So it got 1 million downloads. But here's the thing. As I said, it's free, but also, despite what Reggie might think, the game is fun. I played it,
Well, now
and
you
it's
can't play that.
I know.
What are
I
we talking-
stopped
I'm
you.
sorry, what are we talking about?
Asphalt 9 led there. I was thinking, was that on purpose? It was on purpose.
No, I didn't remember the name because I didn't get to follow along yet.
19-minute mark. We had the first Nicky Hill not paying attention. I wanted to make note of that.
I'm trying to pay attention, but there's this
Wow,
stuff going on.
I am impressed.
There's the Discord I'm trying to keep up with. and
All
then
you
I'm
have to
trying
do is go into Discord. That'd be great. That'd be very helpful for me.
then I can't follow along with the story. 'cause
You
I need
then you got to
read it.
listen to me.
Listening to you doesn't help.
Gee, it sure is boring around here.
So I played the game this week, and it was honestly a lot of fun. And I think Nicky Hill and Kirby, I think you guys would enjoy it because it's more of an arcade racing experience. It's like a San Francisco Rush or something like that, but also mixed in with some Burnout.
Burnout is one of my favorite arcade races.
You can do like in any race, you can double tap two of the buttons, and your car does like a 360-degree spin,
Oh.
and you can
that's
like
SSX.
you can like hit other people and like send their cars flying, or while you're racing, as we used to say, rubbing is racing, you can rub into other cars and
We
send them.
used to say that?
Yes, we can throw them in,
Wait, why did
throw
you
them off
say
tracks.
that?
We used to say that for Burnout.
Rubbing is racing.
Yeah,
Was rubbing a thing?
I think one of the tutorials in Burnout tells you like rubbing up against or crashing into other cars will get you burnout
Yeah.
juice,
It's
whatever it was
insane,
called.
man.
Burnout juice. MPH.
Burnout juice.
Or MPH. I just remember Du Michaels being like, "What's MPH? Is that how much boost I have?"
That I do
And
remember.
I honestly,
I didn't know that.
no joke, I've thought of that more than 5 times in the last 2 weeks.
So I played the game in a video, and people have been reaching out to me. Oh, this is perfect. Reg Nillis says, currently watching your video on this, and I gotta say, it looks great. I haven't played a good arcade racer since Onrush for the PS4, so I'm totally downloading this tonight. My cousin reached out, and he's like, I watched your video, and I downloaded the game right away, and it's a blast. It really is fun, as long as you're cool with arcade-style racing. There's a lot of fun to it, and obviously, you don't have to spend money on it. You can play the game completely for free. You just have to work extra hard to unlock stuff. So yes, the game is free. Yes, the game is fun. Yes, the game is worth your time, which is great. So I can
body is ready.
I can see why so many people downloaded this game. I've played Asphalt games before. I used to play, like I said in the video, Asphalt used to be like the game on mobile devices when like phones really first started getting games, because Gameloft was making some games that looked really good. Like the graphics were really impressive. Nowadays, phones are so.
I'm impressed by the graphics.
Wow,
Now-
these graphics.
Now
impress
phones are so
me.
impressive. The ghost chair's here. I promise I'll tell them to Blake. Phones are so impressive in their hardware that seeing like great visuals isn't all that surprising. So that kind of has come and gone. But still,
That's not my asphalt. That's your asphalt.
Ridley Soria says, so normally I wouldn't do this, but I'm feeling pretty awful today because of vertigo. Can I get a happy birthday, RMC? Not a day one. What? Not a day. Oh, not a day one wants to be sick on. Well, happy birthday. I'm
Happy
sorry
birthday.
you're experiencing vertigo today. I'm guessing Sergio ALB changed his name to Dumpkin Spice.
I think so.
Happy birthday. This show is dedicated to you. and I hope you
birthday,
feel better
Ridley.
soon.
Sorry, you're not feeling well. Ridley
it.
Saria?
Did it.
Saria? You don't even. Do you know how it's supposed to say pronounced?
No, I don't
Do you know
because
how I'm supposed to say it out of my mouth?
they don't say it in the game. Like it,
That's a game.
yeah, like in Ocarina of Time, they don't say the names. They're like,
Yeah.
and that is Link. Yeah. Also, this is my impression of Link. Skank.
When does he say skank?
You play Ocarina of Time. He says skank when he swings the sword one of those times. He
Maybe
definitely
need to
does.
change that rating.
Skank. Somebody get that sound clip into Discord. I'm not lying. You guys know he says skank.
Link is a
I think it's
misogynist.
Ocarina of Time. I think it's Ocarina of Time.
Okay.
Might be Twilight Princess, but I'm sticking with
Might not
Ocarina
be.
of Time.
Might not.
Might not be, might not. That's true. Shigesato Itoi, the man who created Earthbound or Mother, depending on what you want to call it, gave a really interesting interview about how when he originally pitched the idea of Earthbound Beginnings, we know it as Earthbound Beginnings. In Japan, it's called Mother. It brought him to tears because he thought Nintendo didn't like it. So basically, very long story short, he was on a TV show. This is before he was making games, but he was on some TV show defending video games, and Nintendo had seen what he did, and blah 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 blah. He had a chance to meet up with Nintendo and talk about things, and he said he had a game idea, and he presented a game idea to Miyamoto, and Miyamoto, being Miyamoto, was like very even keeled about it, and very like instead of being like, oh, this idea is
Instead
really
of being supportive.
instead of being like, oh, this idea is really cool, I really like this idea, we should do this, he was more like, do you really want to do this? Are you sure you can make this? Like, we got to get together a team if we're going to do it. Like, and never gave a committal on actually creating the game. So Itoi ended up like going home, and he said on the ride home, the train ride home, he was like crying to himself because he's like,
Aw.
I met one of like my idols, and I showed him my game idea, and he just didn't like it. But Itoi went on to say that Miyamoto was doing it the right way because he was thinking about what do we need to actually do to get this game made, rather than just like telling him your game's a great idea, blah blah blah.
Yeah, he was being pragmatic.
Yeah.
He was projecting.
So yes, Itoi said it was like a whole situation he made up in his own head. Like Miyamoto never disliked the game, none of that.
How many times do you do that every day? How many times do you do that every day? I know I do that quite a bit.
I think we all do that.
Yeah,
That's what
it's yeah.
You have one little thing that goes
You
wrong.
took off your fingers because you thought nobody liked it. We were all just poopy.
No, I took them off so I could use the soundboard.
So yeah, obviously the game got made and became a big deal for Nintendo, but yeah, it's just funny how that stuff works out. He made up a whole thing in his head where nobody liked his game idea, but that wasn't the case. Entropy says, I just love stories like these. There can be so much passion in these projects. Too sad that today it's become so big, people can lose families for, what is that? For the work. He's got like two capital I's. I don't know.
Let's see.
But yes, games today are very huge. That's obviously true. And yes, a lot is riding on games as well. You can, depending on what's going on with the project and who's involved and who's publishing and all that, all kinds of crazy stuff can happen. Look at just this week alone, there were big delays for major games. The Last of Us 2 got pushed back to May.
What?
And they just announced the release date for that like a few weeks back.
That's going to get pushed back to the PS5, isn't it?
No, they'll do the same thing they did with The Last of Us the first time around. They put it out on PS3 and then like did a special PS4
You mean
version.
the first The Last of Us?
The first The Last of Us, not the second The Last of
Every
Us.
time you say The Last of Us, it reminds me of Johnny Dangerously when he's doing the thing and he goes, who missed the bus? You missed the bus. When's the next bus?
Should we add that to the soundboard?
Oh, man. I
Yeah,
love that whole bit.
Anything from Johnny Dangerously would make a great sound clip.
Also, Ubisoft delayed like 3 of their games because one of their Ghost Recon games didn't do well, like it did really poorly, and they're committed to fixing it, so they're shifting everything around to fix that. So that means stuff like, I don't know what Ubisoft does, but other than Gods and Monsters, which is the one I'm looking forward to, they pushed back Gods and Monsters, which was supposed to come out, I think it was supposed to come out this year.
What is Gods and Monsters? That sounds familiar.
They premiered it at E3. It was the end of their press conference. It's like a It's like Zelda, but Greek mythology, kind of.
Oh,
okay.
like that was the one that got a bunch of flack or whatever for being too similar to
Zelda.
Breath of the Wild.
I mean, some people made those comparisons, yeah, but it's not. I
I thought I got a lot of flack for that.
Or
I
is
think
that
you might be thinking of that
the
Chinese,
Chinese
game.
game? What was that one called?
Air of the Crazies.
Did you just make that up? Okay.
I was thinking something for Breath of the Wild. Air of the Crazies. What's another word for breath? Breathing of the Crazies. That's what I should have went with. No?
No.
Well, yes, I think you're thinking of the Chinese game, which was, yes, much closer to like a straight up ripoff of Breath of the Wild.
Wait, how about Blow of the Weirdos? Or Blowing?
No. Blow of the Weirdos is definitely the.
Or Blowing?
No. Blow of the Weirdos is definitely the right name. My God, that's amazing. You guys are excited for Blow of the Weirdos. Oh, that's good. What are we doing here? Yeah. Moving on.
Totally original game.
Reggie Fils-Aimé had a keynote or
Oh.
whatever you call it, a speech.
My
body is ready.
Thank you,
Who cares
Reggie.
about this guy's opinion anymore?
He
Kidding.
had he gave a
Sorry.
presentation at his alma mater, Cornell, and he talked about obviously Nintendo because he spent the bulk of his career at Nintendo. I don't know if he talked about Pizza Hut because that wasn't covered, but I'd like to hear something about
He was
Pizza
at
Hut.
Nintendo longer than he was at Pizza Hut.
I think he was at Nintendo longer than he was at any other company.
I know that's what you said. That's why I was asking. How long was he at Pizza Hut?
Look up his wiki page. I don't
I don't
know.
have that kind of bandwidth right now.
I have no idea how many years he was at Pizza Hut. I also found out he was at something that I didn't even know he worked for. I forget what it was. I think he mentioned it during this speech, and I forget. It was
Panasonic.
it was another no. I think it was another food related
Quiznos?
place. No. Anyway, we have
Little
s-
Caesars.
No.
He was too, they said. You said, "I'm sorry, sir. You're just too big for Little Caesars."
we have details from what Reggie talked about at that presentation. He said, yes, the Wii U was a failure, as as we all know. But he said it was a failure forward since it led to the Switch, which is also true. Nintendo learned some things and adjusted their approach and used a similar idea with the Switch, just tweaked it in a way that people really enjoyed.
What do you think's next for Nintendo?
Switch 2, which will bomb, and then something
No,
good.
but like, what do you like?
Or Switch U?
Switch U, yes.
So they've already stepped away from the motion controllers in a little way because
No,
the Switch Lite,
not true.
Well, the Switch Lite isn't. That is solely portable.
But does it have motion?
Does it?
I don't know.
Well, you can't take the controllers.
Perhaps that was the most important part.
Barry's right. You can't, but it can still connect regular Joy-Con.
Okay, but you can't connect it to a TV, so it's solely portable.
Yeah.
I just don't know where they're going to go with that. Now they have a system that uses a tablet, touchscreen, and motion controls. I blanked on that word. And then I don't know. They just keep changing it up, and it's interesting. But like looking back, you can always see the progression, and it just makes complete sense.
Well, I mean, that's Nintendo's thing. They change up stuff all the time. They like to do their own thing. And sometimes when they have an idea that they feel really works, but it doesn't find an audience, they push it again in a different way.
What if they do like a portable television that you pick up from like the top? It almost looks like the oh, get out of here.
I'm
Really?
watching your thing, yeah. Nikki Hill was speaking away from the microphone, but I am also watching his thing.
So if they start,
This guy.
What were you looking for?
He was speaking away from the microphone.
if they the old Macs, like the tabletops,
Yes.
with the clear dome.
Yes.
I think that would be real sharp for a gaming system.
You have to buy an all-in-one TV to play a system.
Actually, you
play
have to
the
buy a
games.
whole new TV unit for every game you get.
Oh, I don't know if that's a good idea. I mean, there's that arcade company, Arcade One Up, I think they're called. You buy an arcade unit that only plays like a couple games. I was at Costco and they had one on display. It was a funny one to put on display. They had a Mortal Kombat 2, and Mortal Kombat Ultimate like set up on display just to play. I guess by today's standards, those classic games don't look all that violent, but still, it was like, they got other arcade units they could have put up that were like family friendly games, and they had Mortal Kombat on display. And those aren't cheap. They're like $300 or $400 a pop. So I guess they're making money on them. I don't know.
But you can swap out the innards.
No, that's it. You buy one arcade unit and it has 2 or 3 games from a franchise.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. That's just 3 Mortal Kombat games and that's it.
And it's that expensive at Costco.
I know. The price kings.
Costco's not really that much more affordable.
I won't listen to this. You can get a slice
Have you
of pizza.
tried their pizza?
Thank you, Kirby.
They sell more things than pizza. I don't know if
Yeah, they have hot
noticed
dogs.
Hot dogs, yes. They have churros. Churros are long. You know how much a soda is at Costco?
You're buying it wholesale. So,
You know how
so when you're buying
I'll buy your
when
wholesale.
you're buying a whole carload of toilet paper, you're saving like, per roll. I think you're probably saving like pennies. I don't know.
Thanks, Rob. Rob's got to get ready for work. Thanks for joining
But
us.
Nikki Hill, have you tried their pizza?
Maybe we can autumnal
Yeah,
Lake.
it's a little doughy.
Yeah, it is doughy, but it is cheap. A water from the vending machine or a soda from the vending machine. Do you know how much it is?
What vending machine? They have vending machines at your
Yeah.
Costco?
Yeah.
Your Costco is forward thinking.
You know how much the
20
vending machine costs at Costco?
You get a vending machine for $5. Soda or water in a vending machine is 25 cents.
Wow.
25 cents. When was
What-
the last time you went to a vending machine
What
and
is
you
this,
could
the
get a drink for 25
1930s?
cents?
Yeah.
That's amazing. You could buy like all your drinks for the week from that. Probably not. Probably wouldn't be a good idea.
They probably have a limit on there.
Still,
That's how they do that. It's like
how do you
they're
put a
like,
limit on a
"Oh,
vending machine?
Great deal. Limited to
Oh,
3 per
great deal.
person.
How do they know? How does a vending machine know what person it is?
I'm sure there's AI in there.
Yeah,
to
it's
keep
probably got
it
like
track.
cameras. Cameras in the
Mr.
in the machine.
Costco is watching.
Probably
Reggie
like-
says he
like a
talked to the
retinal scanner.
Japanese side of Nintendo quite a lot, and they called him Reggie-san. Iwata didn't think that Wii Sports should be bundled with the Wii in the US, which is pretty crazy because if it wasn't bundled with the Wii in the US, it might have went completely
That's
differently.
what Reggie thinks.
What?
Reggie thinks that they shouldn't do that.
Is that what I said?
Who thought that?
Reggie said that Iwata didn't think that Wii Sports should be bundled with the Wii in the US.
Oh.
But obviously they changed that plan because it ended up being bundled with the Wii in the US and led
When Iwata said that, was Reggie all like,
What's wrong with you?
I guess he was. And I don't know how much influence Reggie had on that conversation, but certainly bundling in Wii Sports with the Wii was a great idea because that was the game that
Did they
really
bundle
sold the
it in
Wii from
other-
day one to the end.
Did they bundle it in other regions?
In Japan, I
Regions?
believe they did.
Why is it good enough to bundle in Japan and not in America?
Well, the audiences are different. That remember that. Remember when systems used to be bundled with games all the time, and that was a regular thing. Doesn't happen anymore.
You mean?
Well, I mean,
at
it does.
GameStop
You
when they
know,
automatically do it, and like you can't get the game otherwise.
I mean, you get bundles nowadays, but you know they're not launch bundles. It's bundles with games after they've already been a success. Reggie says he learned the value of silence in business from Iwata, and Reggie emphasized the importance of having a workforce with a variety of races, genders, and sexual orientations. According to Reggie, Nintendo of America has an internal diversity program that supports groups of women and LGBT people at the company. I did not know that. Reggie says China is a very different market, and he has praised the consumer response to Activision Blizzard. So Activision Blizzard is in some hot water with its fans because of Blizzard's handling, or Activision Blizzard's handling of the Hong Kong protests and all that through Hearthstone players and other things.
Wait,
And fans have not been happy and have been protesting online, and there's been a situation with Overwatch as well. Yes. Wait.
so if you published these bullet points in reverse, it would say that there's internal diversity programs that support women and LGTB people. And then follow that with he learned the value of silence in business.
Yes.
That doesn't seem right at all.
Yes, that is true. If you read them backwards, yes, but that's not how they were spoken.
Hush, hush.
Reggie also
Just a
says
moment.
at the presentation he was asked about Mother 3 because that's a running joke, and Reggie said he didn't expect to get asked that at the presentation. Thought he had finally escaped that question.
Got him.
Because every E3 or every interview, pretty much, Reggie has asked about what's going on with Mother 3, but now it continues for him after he's left Nintendo. And finally, Reggie says that Retro Studios has some control over their release dates in a similar manner to the Pokemon Company. So Retro has a bit more say in like when something should come out or when they're ready to release something according
Hurry
to
up
them.
already!
With the games?
Yeah.
I don't know if you meant that. Autumnal Blake says more minority
Control release
representation
dates,
in the industry is great. I'd love to see more of this, especially LGBT representation put into games. I'm not entirely sure what he means by the value of silence, but if he's talking about not commenting on controversial situations, that makes a lot of sense. Too often companies make a bad situation worse by saying something dumb. I think Nintendo uses silence in a lot of different ways to keep some of the mystery about what they're doing and not just overplay their hand, because Nintendo's always worried about people stealing their ideas. So they let fans chatter and it gets people talking and word spreads, and
it's a cultural thing too.
Oh yeah.
You don't openly not insult, but like you don't openly criticize other people and their opinions or anything like that. You just you let them speak their part and you move on. Which again in business is probably a good move.
Super Shano in the chat says, have you ever seen those Carvana car vending machines? What is he talking about?
That's not real. It's right.
I think that's real, but I don't know what it is.
Is that real? Where are you? Where is that thing say?
I mean, you have the power to find out if it's real in your hand. You just search it.
Doesn't have the bandwidth, remember?
I'm sorry, I don't have the bandwidth for that. Release Ria says Reggie mouthed off. Iwata opened a can of whoop ass, and Reggie learned the value of silence. Just a strong backhand from Iwata, and that's it. Reggie's like, I'm sorry, sir. Yes, Autumnal Blake, I have to switch between the two. It is a pain. You can blame Mom Brain because she stole her laptop. Nikki Hill could be in the chat.
Yeah, but I'm trying to follow along with stories too, or else I ask questions and you go, are you serious? We just talked about this. I just said exactly that.
All you have to do is listen to me.
I can't do that if I'm focusing on other things.
Focus on the chat and don't listen to me.
Focus all attacks.
Nintendo Dream Magazine had a poll, which they always have a poll. They usually have a poll on who's your favorite character. But this time around, they had a poll letting their readers vote on the most villainous characters that they can't hate. So bad guys that you love. I guess bad guys that you love, not even love to hate, just love.
Too much to understand.
And coming out on top of the list is Bowser.
Listen, Cooter, let me tell you, goldfish have great memories. I am not a goldfish.
Just taken out of context. That's great. Yes, Bowser was voted number one. A bad guy that you can't hate. I don't know. I feel like I could hate Bowser.
No, but he's always got that, like, he just wants love, so he steals it from Peach. It's terrible, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's kind of hard to hate just because he's so, like, incompetent. Like, he's constantly being defeated. And, you know,
well, let me give
his plans never work.
I mean, there are instances where you kind of have sympathy for him, right? In some of the games.
Yes, sometimes.
He's got a family to take care of.
But two more down the list is someone I think we can all agree with. You don't ever hate Wario. Who hates Wario?
I'm a Wario. I'm gonna win.
Shut up, you jerk.
God, I hate him so much.
Now, Bowser Jr.'s on here too, which I thought everybody hated. Like, who likes Bowser Jr.?
Yeah, I think I prefer the Koopalings.
Who likes Dr. Eggman?
By far.
Yeah.
Dr. Eggman is further
no,
down
wait.
on the list. Yes,
Based on your reading, it's Dr. Eggman.
Dr. Eggman. Yes.
Dr.
But
Eggman.
I'm never really sympathetic. He steals animals.
You know, Girahim is on this list too, and I kind of agree with that.
Who's
I really like
Girahim?
Girahim from Skyward Sword, the flamboyant swordsmith. Girahim.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that
You
guy.
feel
with the
bad
weird
for him?
tongue. No, I don't feel. This isn't about feeling bad for them. This is about characters you can't hate. I don't hate Girahim. He's like I know he's a bad guy, but
He's
he's like
creepy, right?
I don't know.
He's the creep.
It's a flamboyant weirdo. I like him. He's creepy. Yeah, I want to say he like wraps his tongue around Link at some point.
Ugh.
Unless I know he's got a weird tongue.
I gotta look this up. Is it okay if I
Do you have the bandwidth for it?
navigate away?
Girahim
from
Rule
the-
34.
whatchamacallit?
First comment comes from Sokar, and he says, if Super Mario can't be number one, then King Koopa should be number one. So technically, no one can mess with Super Mario.
I would feel bad for King Koopa because he kind of just got ghosted by Nintendo.
I'd love to know, like, I'd love for someone to ask Nintendo, like, what's the deal
Whoa, that's a
with
great
those
idea.
two? Cooter says, I like Jim Carrey. So there's another one for Eggman. There you go.
Wait, that would be amazing. If there was a
Thank you,
game-
Roth.
Who would you play as Bowser trying to take over for Koopa? Or Koopa trying to uphold his reign as Bowser comes up and tries to beat him? Yeah, I guess he'd probably play as Bowser, right?
I don't know. You're making the game.
Do you know what I mean, though?
I do understand
I
what
guess
you
it would be
mean.
Bowser because in the end he has to overcome, and you're not going to play a game for any time period and then just lose.
I don't. You're making the game. There you go. There's the weird tongue action with Girahim in the Discord.
Oh, somebody found it.
Look at that, man. Roth said he made it.
Yes. Ew.
I really like Skyward Sword, man. What a good game.
It's pretty good.
I would love the chance to play that again. I wish they would re-release it for Switch. I was gonna say bad guys that I love and could never hate. Wart. I love Wart. He's such a great character, and he was trying to make you eat vegetables.
Well,
Come on, what's bad about
what
that guy?
What's her name?
Who?
Birdo. Is that her name?
What's his name?
His name?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
For Japan, yeah. Well, technically
Oh, but
here,
like in
although they
our-
don't talk
in
about it.
our stuff, isn't that like there's Kirby and Birdo? They're like the yin and yang.
Kerbo and Birdie.
Wait,
Not
how are Kirby and
Yoshi,
Bert?
Yoshi and Birdo.
How are they yin and yang?
I don't know. We just see
Yin and yang.
There's options like when you play Strikers. You can have Birdo in there, right? Birdo's the one with the
Yeah, Birdo shoots the eggs out of her mouth, and Yoshi poops eggs out of his butthole.
That is true. They are both egg-making
I
characters. I will give you that.
automatically
Yoshi being a
assumed
dinosaur and Birdo being
that Yoshi being green was male and Birdo being pink or purple is female. So I'm sorry because there are many other Yoshis of different colors.
There are. Name a color. There's a Yoshi. Yellow. Red. Black. Black's not a color.
Burnt orange.
See, man salmon.
I win.
I'm sure there's a
There's-
burnt orange Yoshi.
Is there a fully black?
Yeah, there's
Yoshi?
black, there's white.
There's a white one?
Yeah.
What's the tummy look like?
Do we have a Yoshi?
What are you looking at? She scared the crap out of me.
Looking
There's
every
Yoshi.
head.
Well, he's on the Smash.
What is
Yeah,
that?
I know.
What
I
is
thought
that
we had
show?
one with a whole bunch of Yoshis on it. Yeah, there's black and white there. I believe there's a gray one as well.
Gray.
Nintendo's president gave a very rare interview to Time magazine. He doesn't usually speak, but they nailed him down to answer a few questions. And he talked about some interesting things. We're going to mention a couple of them. He talks about the importance of letting Nintendo's developers experiment. He says, above all else, I base my decisions on the development leader's way of thinking. Nintendo is Nintendo because of our games, characters, and IP. So giving our teams the freedom to experiment with new ideas is something I strongly agree with.
IP freely.
Expansion can happen without the freedom to try something new and the courage to step into unfamiliar territory. Yes, that is so important to Nintendo being what Nintendo is, to let their developers do whatever the hell kind of weird stuff they want. He also talks about, in general, Nintendo doing their own thing. He says, we've never tried to imitate any other company. The idea of using our IP in things like theme parks or movies is simply an extension of the philosophy we've had all along. So yeah, you can check out that full interview if you want. It's just very interesting to hear from him because we don't usually hear from him. We'll hear from him this week because God help me, the quarterly reports are coming out on like the 30th or the 31st. I forget which day. So we'll have the first day will be like the sales data, the hard numbers. And then after that will be the infamous investor Q&A, where we are sure to get some kind of weird question, at least one of them, someone asking about, as I've said before, real questions that have been asked. Who mows your lawn at Nintendo's offices because it looks really nice? Why would an investor or an analyst ask that
Because
question?
they want to know how much they're spending. All right, hey, I got something for you.
Hey, I got something for you.
Nintendo, or the game industry, is not the only one that's wacky. Six Flags Great Adventure had like really good sales for the summer period or something, and or maybe quarter we call those, and but it didn't. They didn't make the numbers that analysts said they should make,
numbers,
or expected, the projections. So their stock went down drastically. Even though they had a good quarter.
Yep. Oh, look at Tesla. Tesla's the opposite. Tesla analysts and investors were expecting another loss of like 200 something million, and they made a profit. They turned a profit of like 300 something million. First, I believe, their first quarterly profit ever.
Oh, so they expected.
They expected failure, and they got
failure,
success.
And they got success.
Yes.
But was there a massive sell-off?
I don't know. I didn't read up after that. Autumnal Blake says the first point of venturing into unfamiliar areas has been big with the first party IPs in recent years to great results. I hope this continues onward with new ideas and reinvention of familiar series. I like the tandem. We're not doing that.
What was the thing that people had
like the
him
tandem
say?
soundboard action you're going, huh?
What was the thing that people had him say?
Had who say?
The announcer.
Super Smash My Butthole.
Why we should get that on here.
I found it recently, so I could get that on the soundboard. Yeah, I just don't
I
know.
would use it all the time.
We'd have a separate iPad with just that button on it.
The smash my butthole button.
Hey, Nikki Hill, how do you feel?
you do that.
How do you feel about handling the European downloads? And I'll hang out in the Discord.
I'm not sure my stomach can handle it. European downloads?
Slam and Salmon, thank you. Autumnal Blake, I'm just seeing that now.
For October? Oh no. You're gonna have to bear with me.
We always do.
So, Nintendo eShop for the Switch in Europe. Double Switch, 25th anniversary edition. I don't know what that means.
Double Switch is a classic Sega CD. It was on PC, I believe, maybe 3DO. Full motion video game.
Limited run games.
That was actually good. It's an actually good FMV game.
Let me tell you, you control a state-of-the-art security system wired into the building where you take part in many simultaneous subplots.
I'm already regretting this.
As you sleuth to solve the ultimate mystery.
Yeah, it plays like Night Trap, but it's done well. The difference is it's done well.
Also coming to Europe this week was Monaco, the complete edition.
Yes, multiplayer.
Okay. All right, listen. When you go through these, we don't interrupt you every single time. I
Okay.
interrupt a lot.
Yeah, I like how you get annoyed with me.
So what you need to do is now what you need to do is, as I read off a name,
What game was that?
That interests you, Monaco.
There we go. That's what I need to do.
You need to look up, watch the trailer, and then go, oh.
Giant Reggie says it's going to take a while, but I like it.
Day and Night from Ridiculous Games. Sea salt. It's a delicious seasoning.
Autumnal Blake, I look like I'm dying.
Street Outlaws, The List. Sounds all right.
Why would they outlaw that?
Too many lists.
We're done with lists.
Wait, is that the list of the Outlaws? That's all it is?
After this damn Bowser list, we're out.
The Park. Okay. That sounds fun. I want to read that. Can I read that one? Set in a creepy amusement park hiding a dark and sinister secret, the park is a 1 to 2 hour long first person psychological horror experience focused on intense storytelling and exploration
How much?
instead of combat and action. The game is €9.99.
€9 for an hour? Get out of here.
What are small
Blow it out
euros
your ass.
if it's $9.99?
Come again?
If it's $9.99, so it's €9, but what are small euros? Like portions of euros? It's cents, essentially. Are they cents? You're in the chat. I expect someone to tell you.
They're laughing right now. What's
Or,
that? Kirby, you know that stuff.
In I guess in England, the game is £8 99 ounces. 99 pence?
Pence.
Pence cents?
Oh, you're asking if I know the exchange rate?
No.
euros.
What's the like
If it's $9.99, it's €9 and 99
Oh,
lesser
Sure.
euros?
yeah, I have no idea.
euros. So PBA
That's a good question. What is it?
PBA Pro Bowling.
Drake says pence.
But in London, in England.
I think what they say is like £9.99. They don't even like bother saying
£9.
£9.99.
£9.99.
We talked about UK slang on the podcast last week.
Which,
Oh, that's
little known
right.
fact, if you don't
Autumnal
have...
Blake says cents, euros and cents.
Okay.
And Dumpkin Spice says Euritos.
I like Doritos. Pounds. So like you go to the store and you're like, I want that game.
Oh,
1,
God.
2,
I
3,
almost did it
4.
with you too, and I'm not going to do it.
Or else the exchange is not
He was
complete.
he was doing the fist pound
Fist pound.
thing.
Why not? Tangle Tower. Skullgirls 2. No, Skullgirls Second Encore.
I do want to say Tangle Tower is made by the guys who made
You know, if you
Snipper
want
Clips.
if you want to do this, I'll let you do it.
No.
Got him.
Autumnal Blake got a good one here. Nikki Hill going for the fist bump and being denied.
And, yeah. Mary Skelter 2. That sounds scary. There's a lot of scary games coming out this week.
It is this season.
Europe is thematic. Creepy brawlers. Fear of traffic. I live with that every single day. Fear of traffic. We'll read about that later. Tennis Go. Wait a second. With its colorful world and a magical soundtrack, you will play in this game where your mission will be that of finding the way out, avoiding blocked roads, animals, odd objects on the way, and dramatic accidents and other drivers. This is the game that I wanted to make over a decade ago.
I think it's a little bit different, but there are some similarities. Yes,
Yeah.
for long-time
Well,
podcast listeners.
Flavio Rausa.
Did you say Flavio?
Flavio?
Happy birthday, Flavio.
Um,
There's a deep internet cut for you.
Flavio Rausa, the maker of Fear of Traffic. They're clearly listeners of the podcast. Dark Veer. Bayala, the game.
I guess that's based on a movie or something.
Is it? The game based on the movie. Who was that? Oh.
Hey guys, I'm here with my boyfriend. Today is his birthday.
Yep.
Happy birthday, Flavio.
Thanks.
That's it.
Okay. Ressier, Code de la Route, French highway code.
Yeah, that's literally like a game that's, I think it's like 3,500 trivia questions about like how you drive in France.
I love that so many of the games coming out this past week in Europe are themed to be creepy or Halloween-esque or like nightmares. And there's a driving game and a driver's ed game. That's just funny to me. Winter sports games.
Oh, Malik Halo says, are we going to get some wave race music for the background?
Ant Hill.
That used to be your thing.
Bringing it back. Ant Hill? Nikki Hill? Is that why you wanted me to do this? Because of Ant Hill?
No.
I get it. Dark Devotion. Ox Logic Puzzle 1000. Lethis. Path of Progress. Cat Quest 2. Made by P-Cube.
Made by Pube, yep.
Desktop Rugby. Into the Dead 2. Sounds spoopy. Deep Space Rush. You're gonna get banned on YouTube. Deep Space Rush. Is that in the same universe as Deep Space? No, that was Dead Space.
Deep Space
actually.
Nine.
Dead Space. Pizza Bar Tycoon. There's a tycoon for everything. Horror Pinball Bundle. Off-Road 2019. Alaska. Let's Sing 2020. World Contest. Take on the World. Nope, that's all part of the thing. Jukebox. This is all the same thing. Destiny Connect TikTok Travelers.
There
Any
you go.
connection to Destiny?
No, not related to
Pixel
Destiny.
Gladiator. Any connection to Gladiator?
No.
Soul Searching. Any connection to Dead Souls or Souls?
Soul Train.
Soul Train. Dusk Diver. Hello. Skybolt Jack. What's that about? Golf.
It's a unique kind of platformer. It's hard to describe. You'd have to look up the trailer. It looks interesting, though.
Europe got some demos. You want me to talk about them?
No,
Mario
I
and
don't.
Sonic at
No,
the Olympic
I don't.
Games. Jet Cave Adventure demo. The Friends of Ringo Ishikawa. That was a demo. Demolition Crew demo. I like it. It's funny to me. The demo crew demo, guys. Come on.
I got you.
Jewel Rotation. Downloadable content. Block-A-Pix Deluxe. Extra puzzles. Pack 8.
Thanks for coming back, PC.
Mary Skelter 2. Jailbreak support. Goods. Stuff. Oh, there's so much stuff to read here.
Yeah, you're done. You don't have to do
Oh,
anymore.
I'm finished.
Thanks, Nikki Hill. That was great.
There's pre-orders. You can pre-order
Please
Earthfall
stop.
Alien
Please stop.
Horde.
Steel Diver says, another week, still no Netflix, Crunchyroll, or any other apps. Ugh. It would be nice to have those on there, but, you know, there's like 30 to 50 games coming out every week. I guess that's more important. Nikki Hill, keep an eye on the Discord
Here's
while
a
I read
question.
you this week's North American
No,
downloads.
hold on. I have
Okay.
a big question for you, and this seems to make sense to me. I did not mention Tangle Tower being in that list at all,
I think
but there's an icon for it at the top of the story.
I think you did because I specifically said it's made by the guys who made Snipper Clips.
So here we have an incident where I was actually, yes, I did mention it. I was the one giving the news, and I
you
still wasn't paying
weren't
attention to myself.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm impressed.
North America this week's digital downloads. We got Resident Evil 5. We got Resident Evil 6. Disgaea 4 Complete Plus. Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD. That is pretty funny. We got 140. We got Logic Puzzle 1000. Anthill. I want to say Anthill can only be played in portable mode. You cannot play that docked. 8 Layer Ryza, Ever Darkness and the Secret Hideout. Cat Quest 2, Close to the Sun, Creepy Brawlers, Dark Devotion, Dark Veer, Deep Space Rush, Disney Classic Games, Aladdin and the Lion King, which comes out October 29th. I want to point to that. Door Kickers Action Squad, which I'm going to talk about later. Dusk Diver, Earthfall, Alien Horde, Fear of Traffic, Ghostblade HD, Harvest Moon Mad Dash, Haunted Halloween 86, Home Sheep Home, Farmageddon Party. I want to say two things about that. I want to say three things about that.
About which one?
About Home Sheep Home, Farmageddon Party.
Farmageddon.
I know the title makes it sound like a crappy game. B, apparently it is not a crappy game.
That could also be
C,
the same.
it is made by Aardman,
The game is not fun.
the Wallace and Gromit guys.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I
okay.
kind of like the second anything has sheep to do with it, I automatically think of them.
Fair game. Fair dinkum. Our horror pinball bundle. Into the Dead 2. Jet Cave Adventure got a demo. Lethis A Path of Progress. Let's Sing Country, which I randomly got a review code for.
Baby, lock the door and turn the lights down low.
That was perfect.
Oh, man. Yeah, I got a review code for it. I don't know any of the songs to sing them. I told them, I was like, I don't know how to review this. Like, I don't know
Oh,
the
you-
songs.
You know, she thinks my tractor's sexy.
I do know that.
It's
It has 45 tracks of that.
it's the same as like Rock Band,
Yeah.
or whatever.
You know what these music games
Does
are
it
doing?
come with like a slide guitar? Or whatever?
Slide Guitar Hero. You know what I like about
Left
these music
Steel
games
Hero.
nowadays? Anyone any ones that have microphone stuff, they now let you don't have to buy a microphone. You can sing into your phone. It's a great idea.
Wow.
Wait. What games?
Hill's mind was just blown. Any karaoke games, any singing games, or the majority of them now let you sing into your phone.
Even if it's on a Switch?
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
How do you connect?
It's the same thing like a Jackbox dealie. You connect it through a different way, but yes, you can sing through your phone, which is really cool. I think that's a really good, smart idea.
Oh, yeah. I mean, any more reason to make sure that people are holding on to their phones when they don't need to be.
All right. Mountain Rescue Simulator.
Get off
when
your
you drop that
soapbox,
mic,
Grandpa.
you're on top of a cliff. You know what I'm saying?
Hardy Treats.
Disconnect, people.
Pixel Gladiator. Pizza
Get off
Bar
the grid
Tycoon. Well, I
already.
mean, if they're singing into their phone, at least they're not looking at their phone.
So was there like a bar tycoon and a pizza tycoon, and then like, what else can we do with this concept and franchise? Oh, a pizza bar tycoon.
I mean, both of those are popular. Soul Searching Spaceland
You know,
or
if
Spaceland.
prisons were held people back with pizza bars, everyone would get out.
That's probably true. They would just eat right through them.
Tennis Go. The Friends of Ringo Ishikawa got a demo. The Legend of Dark Witch. Thoth. 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 Ultra Off-Road 2019 Alaska. Vampire. That is Vampyr.
Oh, this is like the old spelling.
Vortex Attack EX. Winter Sports.
Vampire.
Xeno Crisis. And the Wii U got Mountain Peak Battle Mess. Yep, the Wii U got something.
So there's a vampire game?
Yes.
I'm interested in this.
Hey, did you know that the Alucard is Dracula backwards? Conan Giga.
Wait, did I tell you about the horse that I used to ride? Was that here? I think that was at work.
The horse that you used to ride. I definitely don't know
Back in the day when we were younger, JTS and I took horseback riding lessons. JTS took horseback riding lessons before me, but then my mom was like, "Oh, that's a good idea."
1 second. The Wave Race song is from the first one, and I believe we used to use the configuration options song. That's when I was playing. Hi, Joe Shabadoo.
And the horse that I rode was named Classified.
I'm gonna take my horse.
And I did not realize the pun in that name until I was talking with somebody
yes,
at
you told
work,
me this
and I was like, so I used to take horseback riding lessons, and the name of my horse was Classified, and I was like, oh my God, I love puns, and that was a pun that I completely missed when I was younger.
They do love giving horses funny names or pun-related names. It's true.
Like there was this one horse named Mayo, and sometimes mayonnaise.
Astravania said, hello, Astravania, by the way. Astravania said he heard manpire instead of vampire. The world is a manpire. First comment comes from Kona Giga, and he says, sigh, 35 gigs for Resident Evil 5 and 6. My poor micro SD card. Resident Evil 5 has the mode we like, right? Whatever it's called.
Mercenaries mode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I might get it just for that. I've been in such a mood for that mode just because it's so much fun.
Game? And how is Resident Evil 6?
Resident Evil 5 is... I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, like it's not scary at all.
No.
And I mean it's I mean, from what Romita has told me, it's fun to play with like another player. I only did it single player, and sometimes the AI on your partner can be kind of annoying.
Yeah.
So how is it single player?
The game is not fun.
All this time I thought you were looking for a Barry comment, and you're going for that one.
Thank you, Reggie.
Yeah, I play Resident Evil 5 with Do all the way through. That's the way that I play, and we had a lot of fun. But games where you are forced to have an AI companion usually annoy me. Like we played Resident Evil, whatever it was. What is that called?
Oh,
side quests. Resident Evil side quests.
What the hell is that called?
Spoopy Story.
Natalia the Sleuth.
Natalia the Sleuth.
That's what it was called.
Revelations 2?
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
but we played those like I didn't play those by myself. I played them with you, and that was a lot of fun. So yeah, I don't know how it is single player. Probably annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, they Resident Evil 6 I haven't played all the way through because I played the demo when the demo came out, and I was like, this is terrible.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened with me. Like I was playing the demo, and like the moment that one guy, I don't know his name, like starts kung fu fighting with zombies, I'm like, I'm done.
Wait, what game? Which version was this? 6?
Yeah. It was rough. It was
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
I remember playing the demo and I was like, why would they put this in the demo? Like they could have like done another part of the game that maybe wouldn't have made it have seemed so bad. But yes, I got to the kung fu guy. I was like, really? Why are we doing this?
I think I played Resident Evil 5, the demo for it. Maybe I don't know if I played it at home or at your house, but I just remember that's the one in Africa, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the one.
So that's so yeah. I just remember like chainsaw guys coming at me or whatever, or something similar to the chainsaw.
I mean,
guys
that's
from
in
Resident Evil
4. Yeah.
But there's something very similar to that in 5, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, so they just copied and pasted, like they just.
Well, I mean, 4 and 5, at least in gameplay, are very similar
Mhm.
because 4 was such a huge hit.
But even the character, not the character designs, but like the character, oh man, what
designs,
Like their behavior.
Yeah, their
AI.
just their behavior, I guess. Like just what the hell?
Animation.
No, like not their traits.
Rapport.
What's the whatever.
Their
Attributes or whatever, or like just their behavior is really the way to say it. Just like the way that the game is structured, it's like you have these characters, then all of a sudden, like so you're fighting, and now you have this one character it's exactly like the chainsaw guys, except they don't have a bag over their head. They have their wrapped in gauze or something.
Oh, okay. Thought they both had bags over their heads.
Then maybe they do, and even worse, Capcom. What the heck?
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, Resident Evil 4 was such a hit for them. It's obvious that for their follow-up, they were going to do something that was very close to it.
Yeah, and they did do something that was identical, just different locations.
That's why I was actually excited to play 5. I was like, yeah, I just want like I just want a different version of Resident Evil 4 but in HD.
And that's what we got. And then they did Resident Evil 6, which is
they
pretty
gave
much
you exactly what you wanted, and you said this is
it's different because you have
the AI companion.
You have your AI partner.
And then they did 6,
and eventually in the future we're all going to have AI partners.
But 6 was the same thing again, pretty much, from my understanding. And then by that point, people were like, I want something different. And then Capcom's like, okay, here's Resident Evil 7, which is completely different. And fans were like, I want Resident Evil 4 again.
Wait, what happened with 7? I thought that was...
It sold well, but not as well as the other ones.
Is that the one that's the...
VR?
Yeah.
You got it.
I thought people enjoyed that.
The people that played it enjoyed it, but not as many people bought that as other Resident Evil games because it was first person, and they didn't want a first person Resident Evil.
Did you get scared AF?
Playing in VR is scary, yeah.
That was, I mean,
because you're a cool,
I am a cool cat.
Cool operator, smooth operator.
Yeah, like
cool cucumber boy.
Looking around corners in VR is very scary. Like peeking around a wall to see if somebody's there and forcing yourself to walk down a hallway. Yeah, it's frightening. But yes, I want to play 5 for whatever that mode is called. I already forget again.
Mercenaries.
Thank you. We're skipping that story.
I'd be interested to play it, but I don't know if I can handle playing that in the house where I'm by myself.
We'll play it here. What, 5? It's not scary.
Oh yeah, says you, cool cumber boy.
Cool cumber.
It's really not scary.
Game Freak says they spent 6 months working on the grass in Pokemon Sword and Shield. 6 months on the grass alone.
But who mows it?
That's the question we all want to know. Game Freak Shigeru Omori says the tall grass took us about half a year of disagreements until it took shape. The tall grass in the world of Pokemon are places where the users and Pokemon meet. As for the game, it's part of the core way of playing that tells you there's tall grass there, so you might find some Pokemon. Let's check it out. So it's very important. How much should we make its distance, how much space, how much graphics should we use to present it. It's a part that affects game character, so we really put a lot of time on that. 6 months on grass. Yeah. I've been on grass for 6 months. Jumpman FR says
That's why it took him so long.
Jumpman FR has the top rated comment, and he says 7.8 out of 10. Too much grass.
They're on too much grass, and they didn't have really any motivation.
I've been on grass for 6 months, man. I'm in love with marijuana.
What is that
It's
from?
the Cheech and Chong song.
Oh, okay.
Makes me feel just like an iguana, and I don't remember anything after
I
that.
know you were a Cheech and
That's
Chong
all I
fan.
got. That's all I
Okay.
got. Finally, we got some Street Fighter news. Street Fighter producer Yoshinori Ono has talked about why there hasn't been a new Street Fighter game for Switch yet. We've had, Street Fighter 2 Ultra, whatever the hell it was called, and then also Street Fighter, I don't know,
Alpha.
the world, a compilation of Street Fighter games. And he was asked, why is there not another Street Fighter game? And Mr. Ono says, can you go over to Nintendo's booth and maybe just shout that at the VIPs in the backstage? This was at a event, obviously, because they're the ones you really need to talk to, not me. Even with our previous Nintendo title, Ultra Street Fighter 2, Nintendo came to us and said, we want to do something with Street Fighter 2 because it's been 25 years since it came out on previous Nintendo consoles. So I think they're the ones you need to convince and go and mob that booth. I love how Nintendo went to Capcom to talk about doing a Street Fighter game, and they did it. And now that just means any Street Fighter games Nintendo has to ask for now. Like, it's Capcom's franchise. Capcom makes that decision. Nintendo's not going to be like, nope, no Street Fighter, thank you. Capcom says we're making a Street Fighter game for Switch, and it happens. That's how it works. But whatever. Andy
Nintendo.
Andy Happy Pants says you can never have too much Street Fighter. Yes, Nikki Hill.
Capcom expects Nintendo to ask for it.
That's what the producer of Street Fighter just said.
So that's like having a party, like your family has a party, or and you expect to be invited. It's not just assumed that you're going to be part of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what it's like. I don't know what he means.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense because it's Capcom's IP. They can do whatever they want. They have the license to put games out on Xbox One, PS4, and Switch. So if Capcom wants to make a Switch Street Fighter game, they just make it. That's it.
Right.
But now their producer's like, we'll do it if Nintendo asks for one. Why? Doesn't make sense. That's not how it works.
Maybe they don't want to be bothered, but if Nintendo wants it, then they'll be like, okay, yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess we'll make money. And that's it for today's top stories. Kirby, what have you been playing?
I just played a little more of Blasphemous.
Ooh.
How's it
this
going?
week. Okay.
Having
Yeah.
trouble with that game?
I don't know, but maybe a little. I've said before it's a pretty challenging game. I've mostly just been like exploring, the map,
Gutting people.
yeah, gutting people, stepping on people's heads, stuff like that.
See, I don't know. I just didn't play it long enough when I did play it to really get into it because you have to level up. Like, you really need to have some skills. To
Power
continue the
up.
game.
Yeah, like I'm currently exploring.
Give me that. While you guys are talking about games, I want the soundboard.
No,
Okay.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I never get the soundboard.
I'm currently exploring an abandoned cistern or something, and there's like,
We are off!
and there's all
sister.
and there's all these like there are these clouds of poisonous gas everywhere, and I need to find a way to I need to find a way to like make myself immune to the gas. And I don't. That's where I'm at currently.
I'll tell you how to be immune to the gas.
Yes.
What was that stuff called that you had me take?
Huh? What?
Alka-Seltzer.
Alka-Seltzer. That'll
Oh,
make you immune
okay.
to the gas.
I thought you were gonna say Beano.
Alka-Seltzer, did it help you?
A little bit, but I still feel like I have some sour in there. That
Yeah! It's working!
guy. It's all set up. It's all set up here.
It was a setup, I tell
He
you.
doesn't give a shovel about me.
I do.
That's all I played.
I got to get back into that game. I haven't played it. I've been so busy with a whole bunch of other things.
Yeah.
The picture's really good, man. Autumnal Blake, you get the best pictures. Yeah, I got to get back into it, but I'm at that point now where it's been a while since I played, so I forget what I was doing.
Yeah, I think I'm about like 30% complete.
Nikki Hill, what have you been playing?
For the last 2 weeks, I have completed Ori and the Blind Forest.
Nice.
You completed it?
I completed it. I got the map 100%. I didn't get all of the achievements.
But you beat the game.
I did beat the game.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
Fixed, righted a wrong of your past, not by any fault of your own.
Not my wrong. Their
yeah,
wrong.
Yeah.
I did the work to right their wrong.
There you
did,
go.
yes.
Yep.
Turns out I still had quite a bit to go in that game.
After when it's screwed up for you right at the beginning of that temple.
Right, but that area of the game is actually pretty large.
You've been pinged in the Discord.
What's that?
Someone tagged you on Discord with news to the caravana
Ah, that's what that means.
things.
I'll look at it. Click.
Anyway, go ahead.
But yeah. And while I was still, finished, so I finished the game, and then I went back and cleared the rest of the map. Apparently, there's some
Wow, I am impressed.
Thank you, Warby.
Frank Hanks.
Borgie.
Warby, yes.
I just oh, now I've lost the chat. Yeah, I went back. I guess there's some hidden areas that I haven't gotten to yet, but I haven't played anything since I finished that. But yeah, so now I finished 2 games that I shelved a long time ago, and now I finally come back to and finish them.
Great job.
That's why I'm kind of
Yeah.
thinking maybe I should go into like Resident Evil 5 because I did like Resident Evil 4. That's one of the only games that I've played through twice.
Just a moment.
But I'm not sure I can handle all the spoopy nature of it.
I have never played a Resident Evil game and felt scared.
Except for
Not even
Resident
the-
Evil
7.
7.
But you're not. But I played it in VR, and you're not playing that.
You were never scared with like dogs jumping through
Yeah,
windows.
you weren't
in
scared by the
Resident
first
Evil?
one at all?
Well, I mean, yes, it was a jump scare with the dog jumping
you
through
got
the window.
scared.
But it's like a momentary, like, huh, and then that's
You
it.
know what scared me, or you know what probably scared me the most playing through the first Resident Evil? Because I think Do Michaels had spoiled the jump scare with the dogs coming through the window.
I
for me.
have this.
For me, it was whenever you would like walk into a room and then you would just hear like one of those like fast moving
Oh
zombies.
yeah.
You would just like hear him running towards you, and you wouldn't be able to see him, and you didn't know like what direction he was going to come at you from.
You didn't get scared when playing Obscure?
No, I didn't.
You know what really scared me? That sexy outfit that what's her name wears in Resident Evil 4, like all that extra
Yeah.
content.
I thought about that too.
Tell me about it, Barry.
Wait, the sexy outfit who wears?
What's the
Not the
woman's name?
president's daughter.
No, the woman's name.
Ada?
Yeah.
Ada Wong. I don't remember what outfit she wears.
She's got like a red dress with a long slit.
Oh yeah.
That's always been Dude's favorite character. He loves Ada.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
my fear of beautiful women.
Yeah, I thought about that too.
That kept me up at night.
Beautiful women. Oh man.
But that's all I've played. What did you play?
You played Resident Evil 4
Yeah,
and it scared you?
twice. No,
It scared you twice?
I don't think. Yeah. I don't think I got scared. I think there were some jump scares or whatever, or I just got in like, overwhelmed, or it was very tense. Like when you're in in the cabin, right, and you have to like fight them off.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Oh, and there are those I don't know what they're called. Those guys.
The burst, the ones that you have to look at them through a certain.
Yeah. Towards like the end of the game.
Yeah.
Oh
when you're going through
yeah, I
that,
forgot about them.
They're
Yeah.
Are they like weird frozen guys or something?
Yeah, they're pretty weird. They were probably the scariest thing in the game.
And but like
Perhaps that was the most important part.
Yeah, so like that is scary for me when there's but that's not really scary as much as it is just it makes me nervous or anxious or gassy because of because of the timed element of attacking them. But I get that with a lot of games.
I
The need for a cool wet rag.
yeah, I can't remember. I remember intense moments, but I don't remember being scared by them. But Resident Evil 7 is rough in VR.
Well, I mean, even playing like Mercenaries, if that was in virtual reality or something, that would scare the crap out of me because they snuck up on they snuck up on you. They snuck up on you.
Should we-
looking at this way,
should
looking
we-
at the way they snuck up on you.
Arrange the soundboard so that clips are by franchise. Would that be easier
Would make sense.
instead of just having stuff all over the place?
You can have one page per
Maybe
franchise.
I don't know.
Thanks for asking, Nikki
Whoa.
Hill. Here, take this.
Wait, what's the Outer World? Oh, that's not the other.
No, PC. I'm waiting to buy it on Switch. I am not getting it on other platforms. I want the Switch version, which unfortunately doesn't come out to 2020, but we don't know when in 2020.
That's not Another World or whatever. That's
No,
called.
not related.
My Sharuba.
Oh, I was looking at that sound clip and I was trying to think of a reason to play it. Yes, I'm waiting for the Switch version. So no, I did not get that.
Here's something. My
You're
birthday just
done.
passed. I had an email from Nintendo saying I get 30% off a digital download of some sort. I didn't get anything. Then I saw that Luigi's Mansion 3 is available and you get extra bonus
Double,
points. If you buy that if you buy that digitally. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to cash in on the 30% off and I'll get extra points. And then I hit the link and it sent me to a page where I can only get like one of 8 or 10 games. And most of them were for the 3DS.
Oh, for your birthday thing?
It's very
Yeah.
specific. Yeah.
You can still get double points for Luigi, though.
I know I'm running out of time. Everybody, if you want that, you're running out of time.
Bingo! Ho, 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 ho.
I mean, if you want to give Luigi's Mansion a shot, you can do that later today.
You know, I have Luigi's Mansion 2.
Luigi's
for
Mansion Dark Moon.
Dark
For some reason, they didn't call it 2 here. They did in Europe, but not
Well, you know what the
America.
next one's going to be called? New Luigi's Mansion 2. Whatever.
So this is actually the 4th installment.
But yeah. So I've never played the original Luigi's Mansion.
Well, it's on 3DS. Use your Club Nintendo, My Nintendo points and get it. Not applicable.
Well, here's the thing. Now I got to play through 2 other ones.
No,
just so
you don't
does it
have
make
to.
sense
I mean,
buy the
here
third one?
you don't. I mean, you don't need to worry about story. Like,
Is it
here's the things you
motion
need to know.
controls?
Yeah, if you want. That's how I'm playing. Like, but it's only motion controls in the sense that you use the control, like the gyro, to aim up and down for your vacuum, which is what I like.
It's 2-dimensional, right? There's side scrolling or something like.
It's
You need some Alka.
not really. I mean, yes, it's a side view, but it has depth to it. It's more akin to like a I guess if you're gonna call it 2D, it's more akin to like a beat 'em up because you have depth in the level and you can
Okay.
walk.
But it's not really a platformer.
There's
What was the game that's
There's like-
platformer? Oh, the new ukulele is 2-dimensional, right?
yes, sir. Yeah, see, ukulele is more traditionally 2D, even though it's polygons, whereas Luigi's Mansion 3 is, you're moving
What do
all
they call
around
that?
in a room. Or
What do they call that? That view?
I think you're thinking of something that's different. You're probably thinking for isometric.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not what it is. Isometric is like top down, but kind of behind the shoulder too.
Right.
Anyway, what did I play? I played Asphalt 9 Legends, and I really am excited to play more because it's a lot of fun.
Whose fault is this?
It's
It's
Asphalt.
asphalt.
Like I said, it's just an arc. From what I have experienced so far, it's a really good arcade racer. It feels fun. It's over the top. It's got silly boosts in it. You get to smash into other cars. I love it. Like, I really, really, really like it. It's been a ton of fun, and it's free. It's free.
It's free.
So I don't know what else to
There's
say
a pool
about
in the
that
back.
because I did the video. You can check it out. I also played Door Kickers Action Squad, which comes out in a couple days. Now, I thought Door Kickers Action Squad was going to be just a side scroller where you kick doors and you shoot people. And I mean, you do that, but each level is kind of like a puzzle, and I really like it. It's way more strategic than I thought it was going to be.
Door kickers. I don't know why I think that way.
I don't know either.
Wave diggle.
So you go into a stage, and there's a certain amount of
I just like the idea of door kickers.
hostages to get.
Like what do these doors do to you?
You're busting into a place to save hostages. You got to
Busting
kick the
doors.
doors down. You go into a
Who
level.
pays for the repairs?
That's not something we got to worry about.
Well, you should at least think about it.
It's the sequel.
Door fixers.
Door. You kick down the doors and you go save hostages, but there's enemies that have knives and there's enemies that have guns, and you don't want to shoot the hostages by accident, and blah 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 blah. So you have to plan out how you're going to go through a level and what you're going to use to get through it. And you can also, for each hostage you get, it builds up a little bar on your character, and this will unlock extra shield or extra health or a special ability like snipers to fly in and help you. It is a lot of fun, and it's
Snipers
co-op
flying in?
and it's online co-op. Yeah, like my guy's special ability is to call in a sniper, and they like either like set up on a rooftop or fly in on a helicopter and like take out two bad guys for you, so you don't have to worry about it.
Special ability is that you have a walkie-talkie.
You have special backup.
Do you telepathically call them in?
You just hit a button and it happens. Really,
Yeah, so the button isn't using brain power.
I mean that's what all games are. You just hit buttons and things happen. So.
Makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't. I've seen multiple trailers for the game, and I don't know if I wasn't paying close enough attention. But it is way deeper than I thought, and boy, is it fun! I really want to play a co-op with someone because you really could work together and plan things out and approach rooms from different angles. It's really cool. Check out the video. Check out any video, really. I don't care if you watch mine or not, but check out any video of that game because it is not at all what I thought it was going to be. It's way deeper than just a side scroller where you shoot people, and you get to level up your character, and you get new abilities or new weapons like smoke grenades, for example.
I'm in.
Or regular frag grenades or other things, special, what do you call the things that use the bust doors down? The big metal things with handles.
Burr. No, burr is about right.
I don't know what they're called. Get one of those things. And plus you get star ratings for each level that you clear, and you use the stars to buy new things. So it's not just like you did great in a level, 3 stars. It's like you did great. Now you can spend these stars on buying things to level up your character.
Nate or Die says battering rams.
Sure.
Sorry, Nate or Die, now with more die.
Sure, that's what they're called. Super Shano also said it. Yeah, I guess. Oh yeah, I don't need to sit
The
here and look
Owl
at
Wolf
this.
says buttering rams. I like that
That's the kind I would use.
That's where you going backwards. But first.
Oh! I was thinking like butter.
That you kind of just slip
in. Yeah. So yeah, check
Works
that game
best
out.
for DMs.
Don't let that fly.
Sliding in DMs.
Don't let that slide under your radar. It's a very cool game.
I'm not sure I really like the idea of DMs. Like, what happened to just PMs, private messages or personal messages?
I mean, it's the same thing.
What happened to emails?
I mean, emails still happen every day.
Are those called EMs?
EMs. Send me an EM, please. Hit me up on Twitter with a DM or send me an EM.
Something about. I mean, D is not that far off from P, but PM made sense. DM sounds way too close to a BM.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't know why, but PM doesn't remind me of BMs. But
Trying to think of
DMs
what
do.
B could stand for in message to also make sense. Like, direct, private, and private. That's it.
Bro message.
Send me a bro message on bro chat. Yeah. And then finally, the other thing I was playing, Giant Reggie said, what about BMs? Yeah. Said, the other thing that I'm playing, which Kirby saw, Nikki Hill saw as well.
Uh-oh.
I've been pouring a lot of time into Dragon Quest XI.
Oh, yeah.
And Kirby and I were singing a song. Do you remember what the bad guys were called that we were singing that song to?
Lump Wizards? Or
was it a Lump Wizard?
I don't remember.
The song the battles music goes bum 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 bum. So maybe Lump Wizard fits. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, there were a couple of monsters with goofy names.
But yes, I've been playing that a lot. I think I'm over 11 hours into that now.
What was the name of the yellow slimes that
Or the orange slimes.
Or the orange
she
ones?
slime?
She
That's
slime.
what it was. Yeah. A group of she slimes. That's what we were saying.
She slimes. They're gonna kill.
That's what it
you.
was. Because you hear the battle song a million times over because there's guys all over the place. And yes, I was fighting she slimes, but I guess I fought technically
She slimes by the she floor.
the first. I don't know if it was a boss or a mid boss, but it's like the first like battle I've had in the game where it had different music. Like it wasn't like your standard battle.
Slee slimes.
You all right over there?
You having a stroke?
It's a tongue twister. She slimes.
So while I've been playing Dragon Quest 11, I've seen a lot of people on my friend list playing it as well. So it seems like people are enjoying it. It's really fun. It's just really fun. It's very addictive to like fight enemies and level up and get more spells and just make it further into the game. And I'm enjoying the story, and I like the oh man, I don't remember who it was, but somebody recently was like, did you meet Sylvando yet? And I said no, but now I have, and I've like fought through a mission with Sylvando, and Sylvando is amazing. He's like a flamboyant circus performer. Oh my god. But he's got like he's like witty. He's got like a bit of a snarky attitude to him. He's just
Sylvando.
like everybody else in the group is like, you know, you have your main character who's like doesn't actually speak. He just goes like stuff like that. And then there's Eric, who's a cool guy, but you know, pretty straightforward character. Then there's the two other girls that I have on my team who are like the magic twins or whatever the hell. I don't remember what their names are. Serena and something. And the one is like a little jerk, and the other one's really nice. So all pretty like standard fare, but then Sylvando is
he's the wild card.
He's the wild card. He just left my Veronica. Thank you, Autumn Blake. He just left my party after a mission, and I'm sad because he has like little like nice little nicknames for everybody. Like you're doing a mission for one of the princes, and he calls the prince Princey Poo when he talks to him. It's he's a great character. He's really fun. He adds a unique flair to the experience.
Did he leave your party because he had work in the morning?
Maybe he had work in the morning. I don't know. He works at a circus. I saw him perform at the circus. He was juggling and something else. I don't remember what else he did.
Have you re-encountered that creepy guy that talked about booby traps?
What are you talking
The
about?
only section that I saw.
Oh, the ghost guy. Yeah, I mean, I fought ghosts that look like him, but no, that one's dead. Sorry, I forgot Veronica, Nate. I apologize. So yes, I'm playing that and I'm loving it. Really good stuff.
You're loving it.
I think that's it. All right, let's do questions. Send your questions to GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com. That is GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com.
Where?
GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com.
Oh, you just said that.
Yeah, today's question is from Giant Reggie, and he says, "Howdy, RMC and the Go Nintendo podcast crew. My question today is: have any of you been recognized in public for being a part of Go Nintendo and for continuing to deliver the Go Nintendo podcast each week? Your friendly neighborhood Giant Reggie." Over the history of Go Nintendo, I think maybe twice, but that it wasn't at events, but it was on the way to events. Like if I was going to an event in California or going to an event in New York City, like if I wasn't at the event yet, yes, I have been noticed, but it was usually people who were going to that same event. So,
and I can't speak for Kirby, but I, even at gaming events, do not get recognized unless I'm standing next to Raw Meat Cowboy, in which case it's just like, oh, Raw Meat Cowboy. Oh, hey. And Raw Meat Cowboy goes, oh, this is Nikki Hill. And they go, oh, hey. So Raw Meat.
What happened at the end? Really, Saria, where did you...
Because they get excited to see you.
Where did you send an email to? It is your birthday. I will read it for you. You just got to tell me what address you sent it to. Yeah, so... Oh, no. What did I do? So I have been noticed, but yeah, I don't think it counts because it's always in or around gaming events. And I have done autographs, yes, and I have I've had a couple people cry, which is, you know, it's not it's awkward because I don't know what to do. Like I appreciate it. And I don't think it's bad, but I just, I don't know what I'm supposed to say to react. Oh, that's it. That's what I should have been doing. So yes.
Has anyone had you sign their chest or across their lower back so that they can later get a tattoo over your signature?
No.
Oh, okay.
I have signed Wii's and Wii U's.
Whoa.
I signed lots of Wii's.
Wee wow.
And 3DS's and DS's and
Really? A lot? I mean, you're
a fair amount. Yeah. I've signed.
I haven't been around for any of these.
Just like maybe it was a month ago, I signed something from the Nintendo World Store. I don't remember what it was.
When you go to press events, do the people running the events ask for your signature?
No.
Not even on
But as I said a couple weeks ago, maybe? Jason. Oh, yes, that's true. Yes, I signed a lot of embargoes. That's very true. Can I have your autograph right here on this page 3 of the embargo? I don't get asked for autograph. No, I'm going to go back in a second. I got the hug from JC Rodrigo the other week. That's it. He says, P.S. By the time you read this, Doug Bowser should be firmly entrenched as the boss at Nintendo of America. I hope he's doing normal-sized Reggie proud. I mean, he's there, but he's like quiet. He doesn't have like the Reggie presence. But we need more like directs and events and stuff like that. He was announced and then went to E3 like soon thereafter, so it was all like new and fresh. He didn't really have a chance to like present his personality. We got the one thing with him where it was the joke with Bowser and him, Doug Bowser, that was in a direct. But outside, I don't know. Reggie has some kind of like
charisma.
Yeah, there's some kind of like bad acting charm to Reggie where like it's so bad that it's enjoyable. Okay. But Doug Bowser so far is just like bad. Like not enjoyable. I don't know.
Do we have any quotes that we can put on the message board or not message board
from Doug Bowser?
I'm Doug Bowser. I'm about kicking ass and taking names, and we're about making games.
There's nothing that Doug Bowser has said that is because he has not made a meme yet. He has been turned into memes, but he has not had any meme-worthy comments.
And I like to. What does Bart make Mo say?
Oh,
I'm a big stupid loser and I smell bad.
No, it's like my butt smells and I like to kiss my own butt.
I'm a stupid moron with an ugly face and a big butt and my butt smells and I like to kiss my own butt.
I'm gonna default to Kirby. I'm sure I'm sure that was word for word correct.
Yeah.
That's from Autumnal Blake in the chat says, "Hi, I'm Doug Bowser." Yep, that's the that's the Bowser quote. I don't know why here we go. All right. I'm looking for Ridley's email. Did you send it recently? Like, there's a lot to go through.
It was fairly recent.
Also, I have to look for like, what name am I looking under?
Today or last night?
Today or last night? Oh, Final Form. Got it. All right. So Ridley Soria sent an email, which I'm reading because it's his birthday. And they say, I mean no disrespect, but I'm pretty sure this My Hero Academia character is RMC's final form. That really wasn't a question, was it? Oh, wait, that was a question right there. Yes, you snuck a question in there. Let's see. I'm behind on my Hero Academia. But yeah, that's me with the hat and everything. You want to hold that up to the camera, please?
Look at the hat.
With a new hat. Now with a new hat. Yeah, I watched the first season of My Hero Academia and I really loved it. I mean, we've talked about
yeah, your favorite character is Cemento.
We've talked about Cementos before, but yeah, I haven't gotten into the other seasons, and I think like the 4th season is about to come out or is like out already. So I'm way behind. I got to get back into that.
What is Cementos's everything Cementos touches turns to concrete, or what?
I don't know what it. Yeah, he just makes like walls and stuff. I mean, and he looks like a big cement wall.
He's good at putting up walls,
Um,
hiding behind.
we
these
also have the
walls.
Patreon question.
Protecting
You
his
can join
feelings
the
behind these walls.
you can join the GoNintendo Patreon for just $1. You can see me play Demon's Crest. We talk about comic books. I talked about the recent comments from various directors concerning Marvel movies this week. We got a whole bunch of stuff in there. Today's Patreon question comes from Luke Land. Thank you for the support on Patreon, Luke. He says, "What are your thoughts on the Firefly Funhouse and Bray Wyatt's
Have a good
new
day, PC
character? I love the Firefly Funhouse vignettes and Bray's new direction with the Fiend." Well, this question was obviously asked a while ago, 3 months ago. It says, because I am one episode of SmackDown behind. I didn't see SmackDown last night, so I don't know how it went. Because I know it was the return. Yes, it was the return of Firefly Funhouse. Because on Raw previously, Seth Rollins burned down the Firefly Funhouse. So I don't know what last night's episode was like, but I loved Bray Wyatt. I thought it was the best character, or the Fiend. I loved the Fiend. I thought it was the best character WWE has done in a very long time. And then I thought they ruined it at Hell in a Cell because that's what they do.
They ruin characters.
They ruin characters. They made the Fiend like indestructible, which is fine. Because it was the Fiend and Seth Rollins in a Hell in a Cell match. But then they had like Seth try and beat him up by doing a whole bunch of different crazy things, and the Fiend's like kicked out of all of it, which is fine. I get it. Make him strong. But then they just ended the match with a ref stoppage because they said Seth was being too mean, like doing too much damage. He went to go hit him with like a sledgehammer, and he was underneath a pile of, I don't know, chairs. I don't remember. And the ref stopped a Hell in a Cell match. You don't do that.
That's ridiculous.
You don't do that. So now they have Bray. Now they have the Fiend, who kicks out of every single move. So he looks like he's indestructible. So I don't understand how you could ever have him wrestle anybody else, because there's no way he would lose.
Yeah, well,
like there's no way he would lose.
They're gonna have to shoot him.
So that'd be a ref stoppage.
So
I don't know.
If they cut off his legs, he can't kick out.
If they're gonna like retroactive, that's shoulders.
Ref can't stop a bullet though.
Yeah, but that's not kicking.
You could still wiggle your torso and as long as you get a shoulder up. So I don't know what happened last night on SmackDown, but I guess retroactively they could fix it by saying that Bray or the Fiend's Firefly Funhouse was burned down and a source of his power was coming from there. So he won't be as strong anymore. They could retroactively say that. That's what I would do if I was writing it, because you can't have a character that is literally unstoppable, because then every time he goes into a match, he as long as it goes for pins, he's not going to lose.
Never had another character like that ever.
No,
Especially
never.
Not the Undertaker.
What are you talking about? No, they haven't.
The Undertaker won all his matches.
He won all of his WrestleMania matches until he lost. He lost other matches all the time.
Oh, what a big loser! But he would show up at WrestleMania and you go, "Oh, he's gonna lose." Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I understand. But we're talking about a character who all the time at any event would never be able to lose.
And he gets his power from a Firefly. What? Funhouse?
Well, it's like,
what is happening here?
So he has like a show that's basically like Pee-wee's Playhouse, but he's crazy, and it's like one part of his split personality, and it's like showing like the part of his mind that's trapped with the Fiend, the other half of his character, and like it's it's like a place where he like it basically it's like his mind. It's what it's supposed to be. It's his mind. You're getting a look into like who he really is. But I'm saying if they want to fix this thing that they did, what I would do is say Seth burned the place down so he loses some of his power. Then you're okay. Then he's back to a guy that can be beaten. I get it. But I didn't see SmackDown last night, so I don't know what happened. It's recorded. And that was me answering Luke's question. Luke has been waiting for me to write a wrestling-related article on a Patreon, and I haven't done it yet. I want to. I'm just, I don't want to. Like, comic books are at least somewhat tied to video games. There's been wrestling games too.
There's no wrestling video games.
But that's why I said it, because I knew you were going to say
This
that.
guy, man. This guy.
But like comic
It's
books,
he doesn't even know video games.
comic books in general have more ties to video games than wrestling does. So I am gonna write something, but I just haven't done
all
it yet.
those comic book based video games that are terrible, right? Terrible franchise games that just get pooped out.
I would say, by and large, comic book games have been good.
Maybe recently.
No,
I don't know.
I know you don't. I would imagine you haven't played many comic book games.
Would you say
Like Genesis, X-Men on the Genesis was amazing?
Comic books have a closer tie to video games than, say, football?
Well, I mean, there's only one football game a year.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, then it checks out because there's one WWE game every year, right? Just about.
Oh no, there's spin-off games.
Oh, so there's more. So
yeah,
wrestling is more tied to video games than football. American football.
Not tied to, but has more video game content than football. Yes. Like wrestling games, there's spin-off mobile games, and there's mostly spin-off mobile games. They for a couple of years, like they did WWE, what was it, Superstar? I don't remember what it was called. The very arcade take on wrestling, and I would love more wrestling games, but I guess I don't know.
What was
Whatever.
Kirby singing there? You singing?
All right, that's the end of this one. We don't have any music. I'm sorry.
We can sing songs. What do you want to sing?
A group of she slimes. A group of. All right, that's the show. We don't have music because Mom Brain's not here, so blame her. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching if you're live. Thanks for listening if you're not live. Also, thanks for watching if you're not live and you just catch the YouTube version later. And also, thanks for listening if you just download the audio version. We appreciate all of you.
Take a group photo. Should we do it live?
Yeah, just like we did last time. All right, that's enough. He's got it. He's on the ball. Thanks, Giant Reggie, for watching and listening live. We'll be back next week. I believe Mom Brain will be here, so we'll have music. But I'd say it was a good one. I'd say it was a real good one. Thanks for everything. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Fingers. Well, we got that in there. This is your after show. You got a couple minutes of whatever the hell you want.
Oh, I should have said Happy Halloween.
That's this week.
Nobody celebrates that anymore.
Nobody?
I don't know. Here's a question for you. Does anybody ever really put razor blades in candy?
No.
I think that might just be an urban myth.
I'm going to this year, though. and I'm not using like razor blades. I'm going to use the small like X-Acto knife blades and put them into Milky Ways.
Here's a question, though. Does anybody really like black licorice?
I do.
There are some.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Scale of 1 to 10.
Depends on. By the way, I'm not going to put razor blades or X-Acto knives in candy. Let's not even joke about it. Let's not do it. You know what? Let's have a big movement. Don't ever do it.
Spooky Tango, I'm not allowed to tell you when the embargo is. I'm sorry. I will be killed. Giant Reggie says he loves black licorice.
Yeah. I prefer black licorice over like Twizzlers. Twizzlers make my stomach.
Are Twizzlers even licorice? Like,
I mean, they look like licorice.
They look like licorice, but I don't.
Why is it called licorice?
That's a good question. Should be licorice.
Well, it's like when you say like, you know, this is something ish. Like
Rob says I call the cops on people who enjoy black licorice. Thank you, Ridley Saria.
Yeah, it's not for me.
Oh, Joe, I forgot to answer that email. I'm sorry. I'll email you right after the show. I apologize.
I'll EM you.
I'll EM you. Sorry. I'll EM you on GM. What the hell were we saying? There was something I wanted to say. Black licorice.
Something about Twizzlers.
Tastes like licorice.
Oh, yeah. Does it?
Licorice. Well, black licorice is made
Garbage.
with like anise or whatever. It's like Sambuca.
Star anise. That's what it's called.
Yeah, chocolate.
I'll tell you what's good. Twizzler pull and peel. That's good.
Yeah, those those are okay. They
Twizzler.
they
Key and
taste
Peele.
completely different from like regular Twizzlers.
Yes, they are definitely different. Yes, that's right, Joe Shabadoo. And EM for ME, as in you. Smelly anise, says Nate. Yes. The smelly anise fruit. I'm trying to think of what other Halloween candy I absolutely hate.
Do you hate candy corn?
Candy
It seems
corn.
like a lot of people
No, I don't. I
Okay.
can eat a lot of it.
Let's go to the store tonight and get
Okay.
marshmallow peanuts.
Circus peanuts?
Yeah.
I like circus peanuts.
What do they even taste like? Circus peanuts?
do.
Gross.
The-
They taste like orange gross.
here's a true story. When they were first making Lucky Charms as like a prototype, they used circus peanuts instead of the marshmallows.
Oh,
And how did that work in the milk?
they killed the creator.
Do you know? Have you tried it? Let's try this. Get a good
Have you
bowl of
not had a circus
peanuts.
peanut?
I have. I just don't. It's like chalky and like.
Yeah, they're like chalky marshmallows. Right?
No, they're not. They're
Here's-
softer than they're definitely softer than a Lucky Charms marshmallow. There's no, you know how, yeah, Lucky
They're like
Charms, you
so-
bite
yeah,
into
that's-
those
that's like-
they're a little spongy.
Like-
Yeah. They're a little
Tastes
spongy.
like
I don't
it's-
know why they only have orange flavor. that's a really good impression. It's like what we were doing the other week, making sound effects with your mouth for things you don't normally
Oh,
make
yeah.
sound effects for. That is make this noise. Circus peanuts are hard to describe. My mom for a long time was eating like circus peanuts were her favorite candy, and then she just got sick of them one day. Circus peanuts and candy corn, they're like the same thing to me. Like candy corn, I'll have like Halloween comes around, I'm like, okay, I'll have candy corn, but like I don't want it any other time.
Yeah, I'm
Is that
kind of the
true?
same way. Like I don't mind it, but it's not my favorite.
You know what I
True what Giant Reggie said? According to Wikipedia, circus peanuts were made by a chemist trying to make insulation. I honestly would believe that. Either
I would
that
too.
or
It
like
could be true.
packing foam or something.
I would believe that. There was I really loved the Starburst candy corn, but they made it 1 year or maybe 2 years at most, and I stopped.
I forgot
that
all
was
about
the year
that
that a
stuff.
lot of kids died.
All right, we're done. The show's done exporting. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Hey guys, have a safe Halloween. Enjoy lots of candy. And if you don't celebrate Halloween, just eat candy anyway.
And
I want candy.
we're gonna go and look for candy corn white chocolate M&Ms.
Yes, have a
Joe
great
Shabadoo.
weekend. Play some games, hang out with friends and family, take a rest. You deserve it. We'll see you next week. And now comes the awkward part because it doesn't end when I want it to. Goodbye, everybody.